Hello there, welcome to another Nick Oldhead video. I don't know anything about Warcraft 3. Well, I don't know anything about Warcraft 3 compared to Lynn, right? If you don't know Lynn, he is pretty much one of the best Orc players that the game of Warcraft 3 has ever seen. And I'm kind of in the middle of a training arc right now, right? I've reached the point in my life in which I realize I'm pretty garbage at this game, even though I really love it. Now, I know pretty garbage is comparative, right? We have people in my comments in the 400 MMR, right? But Lynn, well, I'm going to blow up the Dryad. Love it. Blow up the Dryad. Why not? That's Lynn. You can't even put his MMR on a number, right? Lynn's instincts on the game, the amount of pattern recognition. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's part of his brain that just permanently thinks in terms of Warcraft 3. I mean, he's put in his 10,000 hours, whatever you want to call it. The man knows Warcraft 3. So what we're going to do is we're going to learn from Lynn, right? We're going to watch Lynn's games, especially the series of matches of, I believe it's this Dolphin World, what is this called? Dolphin Warcraft Super League Season 2, right? We had to get the name right. So those are the matches we're going to be watching. We're going to be learning from Lynn because what other better opportunity to, really get down in the nitty-gritty details of Warcraft 3. Lynn is probably defined by his decision-making, his Blade Master superiority. So, let's see how that goes. Alright, first game. We will go from the perspective, of course, of Lynn. Because we want to see everything. We want to see the APM. We want to see it all. So, first of all, my APM is never this high. Right? I'll just learn from Lynn in that respect. Can you have 400 APM at any stage of the game? I don't think I ever get close to 400 APM. And yet, this is esports, right? Look at him go. 4 peon micro there. Not trying to get behind. You see how he's targeting that one, targeting that one, targeting that one, right? I'm sure he's pressing E each time. E, right? This peon here immediately going to lumber. Now, I wonder why choose that one, right? Why not choose that one, right? Does Lynn even think this through? No, he's probably thinking of other things. He's probably thinking of his Night Elf opponent, right? He's probably thinking of Elegant and what they're doing. Now, the first hero, it's going to be Blade Master, I bet. Yeah, Blade Master. We're going to be watching a lot of Blade Master, I suspect. And Lynn's usage of the Blade Master is just awesome. Right? It's very, very cool. Grunt? Yeah. Grunt into Headhunter. Looks like it. You can see there that immediate gold to build the Grunt, and that's because of the successful 4 peon micro. That's usually a lot of gold, having the Worm Mill and the Grunt on time, but that's Lynn, right? And I wonder, too, how the scouting works for Orc in this situation, because, you get scouted. You get scouted. You see the Night Elf is there. But what about you, Lynn? Do you care what the Night Elf is doing? What do you, choose to do here? Just creep. Nope. Go for shot. Okay, now dust, circle it. That's just something I need to iron in my head. Against Night Elf, you need the dust. Sometimes, even with my Firelord rushes, I don't make that trip to the dust. And it just, we pay for it. So, first of all, do you see how he just goes for the Wisp? I have noticed that. I watched some of these games live, but, it's very different than seeing the replay. And this is very much something that me and Lynn have in common. I love to bring it to the Night Elf. I hate to just sit idle as the Demon Hunter grows stronger. And look at that, he even gets a Wisp kill? You even get a Wisp kill. So it's interesting to think that, sometimes the Night Elf can seem so untouchable. But even a pro player like Elegant loses a Wisp to just a Grunt. And it's because, you're forcing your opponent to juggle. You're forcing your opponent to have the Wisp micro. If anyone's familiar with Magic the Gathering, you're forcing your opponent to have it. Sometimes you still need to pressure the opponent, even if, Wisp Harass isn't that good because they can just cycle Wisp. Okay, force them to cycle Wisps. Make them be the defensive force that Night Elf has to be. Because if you just don't do it because you assume it's not going to be effective, well, look, at this point, the Demon Hunter would be level 3. In any of my games, right? Wouldn't the Demon Hunter be level 3 if I went Blade? Because they would have been creeping this whole time. Alright. I really should just keep it from Lynn's perspective. You know, I keep wanting to be curious and just open the Fog of War, but I think until I really need to, I think I'm just going to watch it from Lynn's perspective. So Lynn's, ooh, look at that. What a pro. Lynn has to be against Night Elves. That dust immediately, you know. So both of these players are very aware of, like, everything that's going on in the map, and they're both aware of this tug of war back and forth. See, I was tempted to close the Fog of War there, but we're not. We're just going to watch it from this perspective. The wisps here get attacked by the headhunter. That's nice. And now, look, dude, look at this. This is even annoying because you don't know if the demon hunter is there. It could just be one archer. And I think, yeah, Lynn knows this. Oh, but no, it's the full gambit. I like how this tug of war, I mean, me and my opponents would never be this subtle. But it's important to know that what's really happening at base, though, is the macro, right? You're slowing down the demon hunter, but the macro is happening at base. It's very important. Bestiary, Torn Totem, Shadow Hunter. So notice the Shadow Hunter first. All right, just a small detail. So you want to build that Shadow Hunter, and then you can focus on the Bestiary Force and the Torn Totem. So there's Lynn's priority. Shadow Hunter, Bestiary, then Torn Totem. Let's see if he repeats that in other games, right? Oh, and there I did it again. You know what? I'm probably just going to unclick the Fog of War as I see it. Clearly, I have no discipline when it comes to that. It's an automatic reflex of replay watching. Alright. Now, what happens when the Demon Hunter and the Blade Master are essentially running around? It's, yeah, still, like, over this. So it's fascinating to think that these pro players, like, they're just really dialed in to the game. They've both been fighting over the same creep for a long time. And now that the Shadow Hunter's here, Hex is going to change this game immediately, yeah. Now, Elegant knows that. Hex is here. And what are you going to do? You're going to claim this now, Lynn? You have the power of... No, this is interesting. You finally have the Hex, and you don't go for this. You go for something far sweeter, the expansion. Alright. So, you really weren't gunning for this Ogre Magi, were you, Lynn? You were just trying to make it hard for the Demon Hunter to get. I suppose it's not that much experience. What Lynn wants is experience for this Shadow Hunter. Should get a nice little dual experience for both heroes. This is usually when Orc has to play catch-up. I like that Hex there. Right? Confirm the kit. What? How much experience does a Wisp give? It's like 25, right? So both get like 12 or something. Alright. Got that tier 2 bonus experience kicking in. Elegant, on the other hand, build in Dryads. Yeah, Dryads. So you probably see that. You probably are Lynn. You have the read on what your opponent's building. You probably know it's either going to be some combination of Dryads or Bears. You've seen 4 archers, and you know you haven't killed many archers. Have you killed any archers? I'm not sure. Maybe 1. You definitely ran out of dust, but look at this blade, right? This is just great. Definitely one of Lynn's strengths, I think, is the creep routes. Because, I mean, look at the comparative creep route of Elegant. You know, the crystal ball. I suppose 2 rings are nice. And I guess the consumable's the real difference. You have a permanent item because you crapped the expansion there. And now, pause. Do we think this is a good fight for Orc, right? We're trying to, like, get on our decision making. You have an expansion, and you're not fighting near the expansion, so you can run back to base and fight here. I say run back to base and fight there. Ready to ride. Yep. Now you're in range of shop. Now you can turn on the Demon Hunter. You're in range of burrow. Now you can turn on the... No, he goes for the... Yeah, you see, I'm such a noob. Look at me. Now you can turn on the Demon Hunter. You mean the full health hero with 2 rings? No. Lynn doesn't do that. He goes for the Keeper. Burns the resource, that big resource, right? So that potion of greater invulnerability that the Magi held they were fighting over is burned. Now that Keeper's vulnerable. You got a nice damage on the Blade Master and the healing potions, though. What did we go for? This is tough. You need a Dispel. You don't have it. But he's going in because he knows he has a healing potion. Uses healing potion, but doesn't get another attack in because the Dryad's slow. Kind of didn't give him a chance to get that auto attack. And the Raider micro is so good. Do you want to be playing more? You have Hex, yeah. I mean, I guess Hex is just going to get Dryad eaten, so might as well save the mana for snakes. The Spirit Link is a nice touch on the grunt that's about to go down. I like that idea, Spirit Link as a last-ditch attempt to save a unit. Why not? Yep, like I said, that's why Hex wasn't used, because the Dryad mana. But force him to have it, right? And Elegant then just groups this. So, man, Lynn, let's take a look at the unit composition. Are we building anything out of the barracks? No, just raiders. You get that expansion scouted, and I love the Serpent Ward there, right? The presence of mind to be like, alright, the only place I need to be on the map is here. And I think that's what a really good Shadowhunter player does when you go Serpent Wards, you know. Serpent Wards is definitely, I think, the skill testing element of Shadowhunter, if there ever was one. You know, because like Healing Ward, I mean, Healing Wave, that's pretty obvious. Just heal, you know, maybe you can do the timings. Hex, I suppose that's also a skill testing ability, because you can like interrupt a Flame Strikes with Hex, you can like interrupt a casting animations, but like where to put your Serpent Wards is very big, I think. Serpent Ward there, nice, because it... Oh, look at... This is Lynn, man. This is why Lynn is so lethal. Imagine being so aggressive, being, I need to burn all elves so badly, that I'm going to use my resources on a sapper, and then I'm going to blow up the Dryad. Love it. Blow up the Dryad. Why not? That's Lynn. What can you learn from that, right? What can you learn from that? I mean, first of all, on-the-fly thinking, right? You just got to be of the mindset to be like, I know I can go for the jugular now, so we're not going for macro plays. We're not trying to be efficient. We're buying a sapper and we're blowing up Dryads with it. Just so nice. The Serpent Wards, great positioning. I mean, look how the Serpent Wards are essentially acting as tanks, but also like getting in damage. I mean, Serpent Wards feel so good. They really do. I think I need to start incorporating Serpent Wards into my Night Elf game, clearly. I think younger Nick knew this. I remember writing Warcraft 3 articles, actually, about how you can start Shadowhunter and Grunts, and sometimes you can just rush a Night Elf opponent, and that's all you need. It's funny how, you know, back then when the game was new, you know, it's a novel thing to write about. But now take a look at this. This is where things get tough. Because I know it looks like the Night Elf opponent's like dying here, but nah, this Blade Master has 1,000,000 lives. Because it's nighttime, and the moon wells are going to start regenerating, and Lynn knows this. Now, you can't stay for too long when it's nighttime in the Night Elf base. But look, we have the expansion, so like, this is that beautiful standard play, like just using the strengths of Orc, knowing when to fight. Like, that's a good fight to take, even if you have to eventually run, because you have an expansion. You know, the Night Elf doesn't have an expansion, so all these fights that you're not... We have potion up invulnerability, so I don't necessarily know why you run there. You have the potion, but I suppose you're just... you're using the potion for... And see, man, look at that. Why use the potion of invuln when you have the Windwalk to, like, run away and protect the Blade Master that way? Save the invuln for another entangle. Now this is bad. You cannot focus that bear. It's getting rejuvenated. Uh-oh. That's not good. Yeah, you need to run. Yep. So I'm the one watching from a replay. That's why I'm able to figure that out so quick. Uh-oh, you need to run. But look how quick the person playing it in the stress of the situation can know it's time to retreat. You know, if I was playing in that situation, there's not a chance in the world I would run there. I would just keep on fighting and definitely lose. And then you'd realize after watching the replay, oh, I don't have mana for my disenchant. So peons here, repairing. I do love the way that Lynn hides behind Serpent Wards, right? Yeah, just let the wards get free damage. Force the Night Elf to run into you. It's a small move, but like that's so much of positioning in Warcraft 3. No, you come here, you come into me. So by the time your melee units are running in, they're already getting attacked with the first volley. You're gonna need to get a healing or anything. Wow, wow, wow. But he just knows, I guess, right? I guess he knows he has the mana for disenchant if he gets entangled. Interesting fight here. I mean, let's slow it all down. This Demon Hunter is going to be killing everything here. I need to slow it down to even comprehend what's happening. If this is me right now, I'm, what, trying to move? I don't even know. What is Lynn doing? What's Lynn's control about? See if we can find the green circle, right? Is he back at home? No, is he with his Blade Master? No, he's with the Shadow Hunter. And we're trying to focus this Druid of the Claw, which is smart because we see he's out of bear form. Very good. So this is good. When you kill a Druid of the Claw just as it cast a like rejuve, that's good. So he got the instincts there. He knows when a bear is out of bear form to attack it. Sees all these low health units. Sees the Blade Master. Gets the healing scroll. So the healing scroll turns on those 3 units, but the Blade Master can only get like 2 chops in. So these Kodos are doing heavy lifting right now. You know, they devoured both of the bears, but can I just say it's the Serpent Wards. The Serpent Wards are doing a lot of heavy lifting this game, and I really love the position. Now this is the Orc weakness. It is interesting to note that a Voodoo Lounge like here it's so much easier to defend the base. So I know, just food for thought. If you're going to expand on this, maybe you can put the Voodoo Lounge somewhere in between. Can you build it here? Thoughts. So we have a Keeper being annoying, but like, it's just Night Elf versus Orc base. It's so smart that Lynn just knows. I'm just going to sit here on my expansion. He scouts. Does he sell something to buy a Potion of Invuln? No, he knows the Windwalk is going away. Oh, it's only level 1 Windwalk. Check it out. That was level 1 Windwalk. So just look at the Serpent Ward. So smart. So level 2 crit. Rejuve on the Demon Hunter, not good. Disenchants it, okay. We got Raiders on Dryads, nice. Walkers on a Bear, nice. Kodo is eating. Kodo needs to eat. Kodo eat there or there. Entangled. Is Kodo going to eat soon? I mean, these bears aren't really good eat targets, they're good kill targets. Nah, the Kodo is too busy throwing. Nice, double bear kill, triple bear kill. I mean, feels great to be Lynn right now. He gets a level 1 healing wave just because the situation demanded it. And it did. The situation demanded that. Each of these walkers, they can turn ephemeral, but maybe it was on cooldown. Shadow Hunter wisely getting that last hit. See, that's the nice Lynn, like, instincts. Knowing in the heat of all this that that bear can't just get away with that. Isn't it funny how terrifying these 2 heroes are? Do you have staff? You don't even have staff. Yeah, this game looks over. You can't beat Orc when you're just kind of... Oh! Was about to get casted. Net. So we're going over the low HP targets. I like how you immediately go for the bear. You get the heal scroll. Net. I mean, it all feels like Lynn's using his resources just so well. Did he get the read that that net was going to end soon? Kind of unfortunate there. And these raiders are going to... No, they're not going to die. The raider micro is insane. Got to go for the keeper here. Yeah, this seems just like a... Man, that's tough. Both raiders. Oh, no. Both raiders down. God, Lynn is the master of... How close is he going to cut this? You got to be kidding me. That's crazy. I mean, there's only so much you can learn from Lynn in this situation, right? I mean, I can learn that, like, Orc needs to push it to the limit, right? That, like, I think the heal at level 1 was good. The blade here, just healing. Dude, this Demon Hunter is insane. I think Orc normally just stays tier 2. And keeps pumping out what? Raiders, Walkers. That's it. Raider, Walker, Kodo. Okay. So Raider, Walker, Kodo. I'm probably going to see a lot of that. And the wards. You have just so much gold. Yeah. Notice how all these fights Okay. What we've learned so far. Did you notice how he was just waiting here menacingly because he knew this was the place to be, just defend the expansion, and then the Night Elf opponent eventually came? Great. You notice how he was just waiting here at the Goblin Merchant Shop because he was like, yeah, this is the place to be, and then the Night Elf opponent eventually came? Nice. And you're able to get, like, them running into Serpent Wards. Demon Hunter dead. Nice. There you go. Lynn making it look easy. So you just win. You're Lynn. You're feeling great. You know, you're born for this. Orcs just feel better under your control. And you just won your first game against a Night Elf opponent. And Elegant, you know, feeling enraged. We don't know if he's feeling enraged. But, you know, you're just trying to get back on the momentum. Sometimes the hardest thing for me after I lose a game and I then have to play the same player is I'm still thinking about the game. But I wonder if these players are doing that. So, with the intent to learn from Lynn, he sees that wisp, by the way. He sees that wisp, doesn't kill it. I would have went for that wisp because I'm too stubborn. I like the aggressive Voodoo Lounge, but he goes for what? This creep first? Interesting. So most orcs would just start to creep that, and then maybe by the time they're done creeping, the Voodoo Lounge is finished. But you go immediately. Wait, did you steal the item? Wait, I missed that. What did you do, Lynn? Did you steal the item? You impeccable Blade Master. I think you may have. Okay, let's get you, Blade Master. Okay, so I note that you see the wisp, but don't kill it. Yeah, he just steals it. I love that. Oh, because he knows. He knows. He knows they're often late. That's brilliant. Good for you, Lynn. Scouting report, right? Yeah, look at that. You get to steal 32 experience and the ring. So the Demon Hunter is not level 2. You then sell the TP, get Circlet Dust. Of course you get Circlet Dust. So now you're not going to get this middle. You're going to get the middle item for free. And this Grunt is pressuring the Archer. This is insane. You're pressuring the Archer. You're forcing the Demon Hunter to run back to base. It's not even night, so the Archer can't hide. He had to run that. And now you get Mantle. Okay, if it was a Slippers, it would have been really insane. And look, I love how Elegant is scouting this. Really good wisp scouting. You see that. So nice. Look at this. You're able to get 164 versus 128, but look at the items. And now you can just get your camp. This is yours. It's so defended even by your Voodoo Lounge. As in, it's scouted. It's so nice to have this camp next to the Voodoo Lounge. At any time, if he's behind, you can just creep that. Does he dust? No, he waits. Attacks now? Yeah. Good timing, too. Now, I wonder what he does here. Does he see that? Doesn't see it. But now you're going to get at least one Archer kill. Bank, and boom. So he does scout it. No way. Come on, Lynn. Are you for real? That's crazy. You eat. I mean, he didn't get the item. Can you? This is so crazy. Okay, so, I mean, what can we learn from this? Learn from Lynn. Lynn's everywhere on the map with Grunt and Blade against Night Elf, right? Like, he didn't just creep that. He immediately wind walked, messed around here, right? The Grunt stayed here. Remember that? The Grunt stayed here, attacking the Archer. Meanwhile, the Blade got to run back, get some items. Then he crept that. It's very elusive creeping. And the Demon Hunter is just like confused. The Demon Hunter's like, what? Now I have to do something desperate. So you go for the Ogre Magi again, by the way. Interesting, we saw. And you do it as well. So the timing here. Now you do reveal. What do you reveal? So you reveal. Lynn reveals, knows exactly where the opponent is, and says, okay, you're doing the same thing. What do you sell there? He sold the other crystal ball charge with the potion of invulnerability. Okay. That level 3 blade. The fact that you have a level 3 blade and you have a level... This is just so unreal to me. Of course you get the last hit. It's so unreal to me. Like, how do you so casually have a level 3 blade master? No. Well, this is partly why. No dust. Are you going to use dust? Even if you are using dust, you're right. Look, I can't even click on it. I can't click on his blade master. But he does run away. But he's still here. You're going to get the creep still? Maybe. It's just so annoying, I guess, for the Night Elf. He's slowing him down indirectly. He's even causing this camp to do some damage to the Ancient. He stayed out of range. Is it Windwalk level 2 this time? So not Windwalk level 1 like last time. He's playing much more active on the map build. This whole time the Shadow Hunter was creeping, mind you. Nice. He's really trying to kill the... This is going to be tough. The Furbog Dracker has Inner Fire. Do you go for this one? No, he's really going for the main one. He's waiting for it. He knows. He gets Sobi Mask. He just steals the Sobi Mask. So, what can we learn from Lynn? Level 2 Windwalk, good. And when you get level 3 Blade Master, the reward is you can harass the opponent while creeping with the Shadow Hunter. So, Tome of Knowledge on the blade, always like that, right? Or a Manual of Health. Either way. Sometimes I see non-agility heroes pick up the Tome of Knowledge. Like, no. Tome of Knowledge goes to agility heroes. Because it gives +1 to all stats. So, like, it gets agility. And agility is the stat you need the most. Like, yes, intelligence and strength is okay. But it's not as if the Shadow Hunter needs intelligence. You already got a lot of that. But the Blade Master, no, needs agility. So another small thing. Accurate tome picking up. Furbog Tracker here and a War Mill. So what a late War Mill. I would never have the courage to just go plain grunts and not a single headhunter. But I suppose that may be a choice on this map. Grunts are pretty good on this map. A lot of the creeps have medium armor. You must also probably know that there's a strong Demon Hunter presence in all these small little camps that make the Blade Master big. They also make the Demon Hunter big. So you need grunts to be able to do something against the Demon Hunter. That normal damage is good against hero armor. Would you believe that? Now the Raider, though, as fast as you are, slow poison will get you. Let's see. Slow it down and pause. Well, what would I do here? I would guess maybe focus the Keeper or focus the Archers. You definitely can't focus the Demon Hunter. He's never going to die. So let's see what happens. Looks like we got some damage on an Archer, a damage on another Archer. So immediately the Archers are getting focused first, which is great. You know, they're the lowest HP unit and they have the most damage. So I feel as if Lynn's fundamentals, great. You know, we're targeting the low HP units. Blade Master's going to confirm that kill. Yeah, Grunts don't want to be chasing a Dryad. Did you see that redirect there? Unfortunately, you don't get the kill, but doesn't even chase it. The Grunts were staying on the Archers there, which is nice. Crit was able to get that kill, but Dryad micro is tough. This is a situation where, like, Grunts and Dryads are not winning situation. Notice another Divine Shield, aka Invuln Pot, used during the Entangles. We've seen that twice now. We're gonna have to run here. Yeah, oh, this is bad for Lynn. Yeah, wow, Lynn down. But how does Lynn come back from this? So we have the Soul Burn too. Now, I love to see the Soul Burn lately. You guys know. Just no problem. Just starts to creep. I guess you already know. That's a interesting choice. He's like, yeah, I already know my opponent's gonna attack this expansion, so... The expansion timing was good as well. Like, he obviously thought he was going to win that fight, but he didn't. What did he sell for 180? I missed it, but obviously is not interested. Look how long it takes for Night Elf to kill a Great Hall. I like how... This is crazy. Are you really going to try to kill the Reaver? Guess the extra damage. Yeah, I guess you can. Get the net. Nice. You gotta get us around or something. Another net. Oh, very good. So, you know, this is like another cool learn from Lynn moment, right? Your expansion's getting killed. You know it takes a long time. So what do? You go for the greediest possible camp. And I like it. You knew exactly where your opponent was, so you kind of knew you could get away with it. Now, what item do you get here? Okay, Legion Doomhorn. I mean, that's an item for sure. How quickly do you rebuild the Voodoo Lounge? You're now Voodoo Lounge-less. Usually got to rebuild that pretty quick, right? Shadowhunter's back and in a precarious situation. Can't get mana burned. You don't have wards this game, and your burrow's stuck. But you do have that Legion Doomhorn. I suppose it's getting some healing a little bit, right? Ouch, ouch, ouch. Zulmarin. Come on, Zulmarin. You got to get in there. Now, Lynn has a really nice outlook on what to do when Night Elf is attacking your base. You attack their base, right? Because, come on, these raiders against this Moonwell is a lot more effective than this army against this barracks. And look, the Night Elf knows that. Elegant knows that. So isn't it cool? And you get the TP as well. So, wow. Essentially, you just bought this TP, and instead of using it to TP back to your base to defend, you used it to attack your opponent. You're the one with siege units, and now your opponent has to run back. And now look, he can prepare for this attack. Do you build the Voodoo Lounge again, though, Lynn? Yeah, build it here. So I like the Voodoo Lounge kind of hiding here. It's giving you a little bit of mercenary camp usage because you're going to be around here often to use the... Yeah, let's look at this fight closer. Get the Ogre Mauler. Immediately go for the Keeper. Keeper uses the Healer Scroll, so it's already bad. You use the Potion of Greater Healing, so the Heal Scroll didn't do much. Demon Hunter levels up. Yeah. Lynn. Destroyed. So you can't let your expansion fall there. Okay, Lynn. Gotta bring it back. Alright, so Lynn lost that last game, and we could tell the expansion didn't go up. And when the expansion didn't go up, no amount of mercenaries can save you, right? You just don't have enough units to overpower the Demon Hunter. And while the Blade Master can be an incredible DPS machine for one target, the Demon Hunter is this incredible AoE machine with Immolation and Orb of Venom spreading the poison to all units. It's just an incredible amount of DPS spread. So that's why the one-man army thing is so real. That's why Orc needs either an expansion or, you know, a pretty powered Shadowhunter with level 3 heal wave, or what I'm seeing, Serpent Wards. That's another reason why I don't think that last game went as well. I really like the Serpent Wards of the first game, so let's see if Lynn has more of that. We'd like the creeping here because it's fast. Wow, these opponents are really used to playing each other. You know, I didn't understand this is the Turtle Rock meta to just go balls in like this, but we are finding ways to learn. Like, I would just be attacking the Demon Hunter, but look, you're just not wanting to get mana burned, and I guess letting the burrow speak for itself. Okay. Letting the burrow speak for itself. You're wind walking. Okay. Now, Elegant here has the Cloak of Shadows. So you're not going to kill the Demon Hunter. And you don't have Dust. But I don't think Lynn ever thought he was going to kill the Demon Hunter here. You just need to chop it away. That's an interesting use of Dust. Wow, you see that? That's an interesting use. So you go up, aggro, and then you hide. And then that was able to get the net. I mean, pretty decent. I like that. In the meantime, do you kill that? Do you even see it? No, dude, these wisps are everywhere. And the vision? Oh my god, the vision. Look, he's always scouting. He scouts that. just a quick look, just a quick peek. Night Elf. So sick. Letting the grunt take all the healing. Just getting the level up in the item, and then peace. Dude, you're somehow higher level than the Demon Hunter again. Is it just because this Demon Hunter, like, spends less time creeping? Because I feel like the Demon Hunters I face are just creeping non-stop. But they're at such a high level. I feel like Elegant's really trying to, like, stop Lynn from creeping. Maybe because Elegant feels that if Lynn gets a strong Blade Master and stuff. Everyone hiding here is pretty gnarly. All units are invisible, by the way. All units are invisible. Does anyone know this? Are you going to... No. Lynn sniffs this out. You couldn't have even known. How did you know? That was incredible. How did... Now you started, the more they're going... Oh, see, but you were on him, Lynn. You were on it. You knew there was something fishy going on. Incredible blocking here. Not trying to get the surround, just the blocking. Really loves your confidence that you can have as Orc with just grunts and a Blade Master, right? Like, I know he's Lynn, but my grunts have the same HP, right? I can do this. Alright, you got Raiders coming and Walkers coming. We did notice this time priority on the Shadow Hunter. And wards first. So wards first, helping this creeping. Tome of Agility +2. Nice. Yeah, this game already feels better because wards. I like wards. Serpent wards are just good. Especially versus Night Elf. Night Elf getting all sorts of annoying here with this. Were you really meaning to creep everything at once there? Not quite sure. What'd you get there? Ooh, the pipe. Soapy Mask is a really good item here for the Shadow Hunter. Let's see how fast your mana is with Soapy Mask. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pretty fast. Are you going to kill these turtles? Nice. So this is a nice expansion spot as ever. If there ever was one. You can defend it kind of here. Opponent says, I want to get level 3 Demon Hunter, but Lynn says, no, I want to maybe kill the... No. If you had maybe another way of escape. You got no way of escape. So Lynn just is content with getting the items. And Shadow Hunter's going for 3 now. So they both get 3 off of this. Not bad. Dryads, such an effective unit, I feel. Dryads, when you're in this situation, it's really hard for Orc to, like... Yeah, just speed scroll out. You notice how those other games, the first one, the Night Elf opponent was, like, fighting into Lynn? I like that. Dude, 400 APM. Can't learn from that, but you can learn the Raiders. We got more Raiders than anything, and we're building more Raiders. So, you know, we're practically massive Raiders, massively into massing Raiders here, and we focus on Archer. So we've seen now in multiple fights how smart it is that Lynn focuses the archers down specifically. I know there's lots of targets, lots of things. Now you're going to have to use that potion of invuln, but he's going to make it wait, make it last. Uses the Wand of Mana Stealing, and now is able to get a nice big potion of invuln. So this is smart by Elegant here, running away from the Serpent Wards. So you got to start placing the Serpent Wards higher up. There you go. I would have even liked a little more higher forward if you know he's kiting back, but... Okay. Looks like that skirmish is not quite over. So do we get a Raider for a Dryad? Okay, not bad. If you're just going to lose a Raider... So I do somewhat appreciate the way that Lynn uses ensnares, right? I sometimes ensnare too many units all at once, but you really need to only ensnare 1 or 2 units. And then ensure you have the overlap, you know, to like ensnare chain so they don't move. Nice Ancient Protector here to stop the... Oh, and you don't even see it. Oh, it's so good. We were talking a little bit about sneaky Night Elf plays, but now you do. It's daytime. That's as clear as day. So the grunts go there. Yeah, smart. Not the raiders, the grunts. I suppose you want the raiders for the creepjack. Yeah, if you get creepjack, you don't want the grunts to be entangled and killed. You want the fast unit that can ensnare and run away. I love this. Ensnare can do this. Do you see how you can creep efficiently even though you're standing in one spot? I love that. Look at this. So another learn from Lynn moment, right? So good. You're creeping here. Get that big old Shadowhunter range and then get Ensnare. So Ensnare is a creeping tool, if ever, because you can just keep the unit you pull here. Night Elf just can't keep up with his creeping speed. Look at how fast Lynn is creeping. From one to the next. And he's doing it with Ensnare. Now, will he finish? Yeah, will he finish all the food? He will. He says so much items. And this is another learn from Lynn. While the Shadowhunter creeps, the Blade Master, you know, bet you wish you took those creeps now, huh? Would have denied it. Gets this one? Aw, misses the Tome of Strength. You almost had that. So you just kind of scouted. Look at this. Classic Lynn. He's like, oh, if that's here, I'll take. Yoink. I'd probably stay and just creep the whole thing, right? Get 5. But no, we're scouting. So the scouting is important. I think Lynn is a very good windwalk scouter, and it allows him to get a lot of information, but also like be present on the map when you need to be as a Blade Master, because the Blade Master is a big part of the orc damage. And if you're having a active Blade Master presence with level 2 windwalk, well, you can essentially choose for that lethal DPS part of your army to be where it needs to be, you know, at the right time. It's one of the benefits of windwalk over mirror image, you know. Mirror image can do the illusions, but your damage is still like tied to the real illusion, whereas level 3 windwalk, you can zoom through the map. But I digress. We see actually some healthy focusing on the Demon Hunter here. So we still have the Raiders going after the Dryads, which I like. But it looks as if once a target gets ensnared, that seems to be the focus. The Walkers here doing really good damage to these bears. I think we've seen a theme here. Low HP Raiders that aren't quite dead yet. I heard something about Lynn skilling. With that level 3 healing wave? It could have been. We want to see, is there a level 3 Serpent Ward? That will be the thing to tell it. Yeah, buy the clarity. Look how much gold. Still doesn't buy the mana potion. Oh, no, you buy the mana potion. That looks like level 3 healing wave. GG. Feels great. So you successfully defend an orc expansion, you win. Right? You gotta expand. Now, let's put down the hammer, right? So this is last game we'll be going over, but not, trust me, we're still going to be learning from Lynn. It's the Learn from Lynn arc. But this is the last game of the Elegant series, right? So it's a best of 3. Lynn's about to dominate, right? And that's what we want to see. We're trying to learn from Lynn. Let's take a look, right? No, we don't want the building's complete. We want that little peon to tell us that. Yeah. So now will we see the standard creeping here with the Voodoo Lounge ready for when the units are done? We see 4 peon micro there, allowing him to get the grunt on time. No war mill though this time. So we are sticking with grunts. I actually think I may recall something I really like about this game that I'm really glad we'll be able to go over, if this is the game I think it is. So we get the Warden, we get the gloves of Gauntlets, right? And notice how we're like slowly orb walking, even the chops here. We just don't kill the Forest Troll. If this Forest Troll had medium armor, you better believe the Grunt would stay there and kill it. But man, heavy armor Forest Troll, it's actually so good. Can you imagine if any of the races could build this unit? It's so good. But I digress. See, this is more unlike it. You're supposed to have medium armor. So the Demon Hunter this whole time was doing Demon Hunter stuff. And unfortunately, you don't kill the turtle first. So, like, you kill the Hydra first, but that means the Demon Hunter can come around and you don't have the item yet. So you get Circlet Dust. Particularly tough because your Grunt's getting killed. So now what do? These are decisions. Go for the Wisp who's trying to block. Get dispelled. Now you speed. Oh, you speed scroll and the wisp is gone. Get salve cancelled, but that's fine. Now the grunt lives. So I mean, can't really learn from Lynn there. You just have to play as well as him. But I do like the decision to do another Cloak of Shadows by the Demon Hunter. It's tough. What you gonna do? So we got a lot of stalking. It's nighttime. We have invisible units at the base, double upping on grunts. No war mill here, just double upping on grunts, which we love. Blade Master eventually wants to creep this giant sea turtle, but how can he? The Demon Hunter lurks. The archers are pretty much protecting everything, so there's going to be a... Oh, this is what I love. This is what I love. Do you see how he positions the units so there's no chance the Demon Hunter can steal or like anything? See that? I really like that. And then you just take the item. You know, the way the grunts did that, I think, is impactful. Like, watch. I think it's... Oh, look at the dust. How do you know? How do you know? I don't know. I don't know how you can know that. Did you just know? You must be assuming where are the archers. He has hide as well. So what do you do here? I love this part. Look at this. Just box him out. Do you see how cleanly? And you move the grunt so you know it's on purpose. Box him out, quickly get the item, and then jet. Yeah, the grunts should be attacking the archers here. Nice, and you pre-dust so they can't hide. Now once the Demon Hunter's here, the blade can go back here, right? Okay, Shadow Hunt. Oh, come on, Lynn. You like to see it, but let's just say we're going to learn from Lynn. Don't lose grunts in the early game, right? No matter what it takes. Now, Lynn, do you see this wisp? Are you going to hex the wisp? That's a choice you can make. No. Not going to hex the wisp. Your grunt is going to get netted, though. Unfortunate. 28 damage, 24 damage. Just taking damage. Damage. Do you creep in the lab? Yep, so we creep the lab. Which was... It's an interesting move to creep the lab when you do that. Because you kind of tell your opponent, oh, I've crept the lab. But no, he's in the middle of pulling it. So, some mind games there. Love the Blade Master. Potion of Greater Healing. Plus the Gauntlets of Ogre Strength. Synergy, right? Give me more HP so there's not a chance of over heal. I will heal for the max 500 HP. Not 480. 500. Go for that, right? Go for that Sasquatch. No, we have... Entangle gets full value, and the Blade Master takes a lot of damage there. So not the best trades, but we are able to get the claws of attack. That's a lot of damage on this blade. Yo. That's a lot of damage. Yeah, we get dispelled. Dryad still taking you out, though. Wisp there is so annoying. How does a Wisp get 7 HP and live to tell the tale? I like how Lynn always goes for a little bit of creeping, even when he's getting attacked by the Night Elf. We've seen it. Night Elf takes a long time to kill buildings, so he knows you can bring these peons out. We've seen it again as well, hiding behind Serpent Wards. Very good strategy. You know, Serpent Wards are like the ultimate hold position unit, you know? They just literally sit there, and it causes them to be really effective in standoffs like this. It's like you have towers, you know? But check this out, fighting right out of the range. This is good by the Night Elf. Are you going to invest in Mirror Image? Possible? Nah. Let's see if it's level 2 Windwalk or not. That's a healing potion. Yep, both had it. Now who's going to take better use of it? It's going to be luck. Crits versus misses. So the Keeper of the Grove has nothing, by the way. So that could have been a target the whole time. Grunt kill on Dryad. Rare, but it happens. Dude, this Kodo is doing work. 8 of 4 health. Dryad, and still does damage to it. How much damage does a Kodo do anyway? Maybe is around a Serpent Ward. All in all, I think level 2 Serpent Ward's pretty good versus Dryads, so you want to be going for that. Night Elf playing on the edge. Good Voodoo Lounge position. Love it. Love a good proxy Voodoo, you know? It's so important to get that clarity, get that speed scroll. Sometimes it's important to have more than one shop, because you get more than one speed scroll opportunity, so... Again, nice pulling. by the Shadow Hunter here, pulling them into wards. So look at this great spot you can be at. You can be here with a sizable army, pull that, pull that, pull that, and the whole time you have serpent wards. Pretty cool. So this looks, I mean, the opponent is not creeping as fast as Lynn. That's just full stop. Really fast-paced creeping, and you can see that's giving him just advantages, right? You now have a level 4 blade. That's crazy. Level 4 blade. Oh no, you had to sell the claws. What a more responsible man than me, right? I would never sell the claws. But you had to. At least we got to look at it for a while it lasted. The triple claws. I'd rather have the slippers, to be honest. Gets attack speed as well. 3 slippers versus 3 claws plus 5. Which would you rather have? Let me know in the comments. I feel like 9 agility is maybe better than 15 damage. Yikes! So, we're going to get an invuln potion. Do we get the healing salve into it? No, so no healing salve. That's because we just don't have one. We may get a, yep, mana stone into the healing scroll. These are level 2 wards. The mana stone maybe not necessarily needed. You should be getting healing wave, right? Or do you not have healing wave? I feel like the Blade Master should have maybe used the Mana Stone more, right? But I suppose these wards are really fighting for dear life here. Yeah, you can't just let ranged hit your hero over and over again. It's just bad expected value every time. You know, there's a reason we don't sit in towers. But, oh, let's see. Plop the wards. Come on, Lynn. I love it. The pre-plop wards. Is that your into the sentry ward? You see it coming. Yep, fighting in the wards. So we're just going for the Fire Lord. We dispel with disenchant that pretty easily. Fire Lord's down in 1 hit. Nope, we get the scroll of healing. I don't know. This is looking rough. Kill the dryads. Yeah. Kill those 2 dryads. Yeah, dryad down. Yeah, that's this game. GG's. Wow. Learning from Lynn. Well, I mean, that was entertaining. Thank you, Lynn. Thank you, Elegant. That was a great series of games. How can we learn from that? For one, Lynn's Blade Master is just so good at creeping, and the Shadow Hunter creeping multiple camps at once, very good. Speed of creeping is really good. Not a lot of healing salve buying, a lot of heal scrolls. What was really good about it, though, I really loved the way Lynn let the Night Elf opponent attack them. That's so far the biggest lesson. This idea of, you know what, hey, I got my expansion, I actually just need to sit here and build raiders. Don't need to tech to tier 3. By the way, didn't tech to tier 3 once. Just tier 2 tech the whole time. Alright, okay, good. Good stuff. We're not done with Lynn, but we are done with Lynn versus Elegant. So, if you like this video, if you want to enjoy more Warcraft 3, you know, consider a subscription. It costs everything and gives nothing. So, you know what they say, you should do it. Alright, guys. See you later.